Alhamdulillah. That is what I am talking about. Can you see what can happen when you actually play players in their positions? Manchester United 2, Manchester City nil. And listen, we're going to get right into it. And I'm just going to get straight into the things we learnt today. The things we learnt today. And listen, I want to start off with the only negative of the game today. The only negative from a Manchester United standpoint is Diogo Dalot, and only in a moment, by the way, because I will praise you after this. But Diogo Dalot, you nearly ended us. You nearly crashed the whole plane. You nearly did a madness. Because as much as I hate the way that the game is played today and the game is refereed today, and I wish we could go back to the days where the challenge that you did to Doku is, quick yellow card, like it was actually done today. But on any other day, by the way, on any other day in this today's Premier League, that is a red card. That is a red card. So you nearly cost us today. And off the back of quite a few bad performances, Dallo, it was really frustrating to see. However, let's be done with the negatives. It's how defensively amazing we are with our first team centre backs back. And listen, De Ligt, I would put him in that in conversation. But I was always saying, and shout out the boy Heaven, because he definitely did well filling in for the injured players. But I was saying that our backline, our centre back defensive partnership, we needed the likes of, hopefully De Ligt can come back soon, but Maguire, Lisandro Martinez, experienced players. And you saw the difference with them in the team today. And not only that, shout out Diogo Dalot and shout out to Luke Shaw, because it was a complete lock-up job today. Haaland, where art thou? Foden, where art thou? Doku, where art thou? Semenyo, where art thou? Shirky, when you came on, where art thou? Complete lock-up job. Every man in that defence was exceptional, and I must give praise to you all, even you, Diogo Dalot. And listen, we must talk about the good, the bad, and the football podcast, the Nicky Butts of the world, the Paul Scholes's of the world, but especially Nicky Butt. Let's focus on you, bro. Talking about Haaland will pick up Martinez and run with him and do this and do that. Locked up, Haaland hooked. What are you talking about? Have you got anything to say? I hope on the next podcast you rectify these comments. I hope on the next podcast you look directly into the camera and you say, guys, or not even guys, Lisandro Martinez, I'm sorry. Lisandro Martinez, I was wrong. I hope you do that, Nicky Butt. I hope you do that. You know what I'm saying? What an amazing performance from the Butcher today. By the way, Foden hooked at 45 minutes at half time. Haaland hooked. City need a goal. And listen, when you lock up Foden, Haaland, two of City's best players, you know you've done a great job. Doku, Dalot had you in his pocket. Semenyo, Luke Shaw had you in his pocket. It was an amazing defensive display. Lamens didn't even have much to do today. I think he only had one shot to save from my memory, like actual good chance maybe from Semenyo. The second thing we learned today, and relating back to one of my first comments in this video, can you imagine what is possible when you play footballers in their actual positions? Can you imagine? Mainu playing in a 3 in midfield, not a 2. Casemiro playing in a 3 in midfield, not a 2. Amad Diallo playing on the right wing, not at right wing back. Bruno Fernandes not playing in a 2 in midfield, playing in the cam position. Luke Shaw playing at left back, not at OCB. And I will get to Amorim and his stubbornness. Listen, that takes me swiftly on to the main thing I want to talk about with players playing in their position. Shout out Kobbie Mainoo, by the way, getting great minutes under his belt today and had a good game. Not an amazing game, but had a good game, had a solid game, and hopefully soon we will see Kobbie back to his best. But the name I want to talk about today is Casemiro. All of you Casemiro haters, stay on that side. Like John Morant said, stay on that side if you switched up. All you Casemiro haters, I don't want to hear a peep. I don't want to hear you change your tune. I hear Gary Neville saying towards the end of the game, it seems like Casemiro's got his legs back. Bro, he never lost them. He was just scapegoated by putting in a position in two in midfield that it does not suit him at all. And when all this Casemiro hate started, it started under Ten Hag when the whole team was playing rubbish. Casemiro was filling in at centre back because we had so many injuries and everybody scapegoated him. Casemiro, the only issue with Casemiro at my club is his wage. Other than that, I need Casemiro helping on the pitch. I need Casemiro in my club and I need Casemiro in that dressing room. This guy is a winner. This guy has won it all. And aside from his talents and his ability, I need this character in my football club because we do not have many of them. And what an amazing performance from Casemiro today. Rodri who? Foden nowhere to be seen. Reinders nowhere to be seen. Casse, that's my boy. I never switched up on him. So again, like John Morant said, all of you Casemiro haters, please stay on that side. The next thing we learned from today's game is how great our attacking threat was in this formation with these players playing in their positions. Because why? Yes, by the way, under Ruben Amorim, we did make a lot of chances, but we were not finishing them. We was not finishing them. And not only that, a lot of the chances we were creating from Amorim was heavy metal football, scrappy football, set piece football. Today we scored great goals, good goals to watch, actual nice intricate play, not scrappy goals, not set piece goals, not Arsenal football. It was actually good football. I haven't seen that in ages, and let alone all the disallowed goals. We won 2-0 today. It could have been 3, it could have been 4, it could have been 5. I swear to you. I really do hope we can build on this moving forward. Now listen, I have to give props to the manager, Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick, because the in-game management was beautiful. Was beautiful. And Burmo scores not long after. By the way, benching, I didn't even talk about the starting 11. Shout out to Sesko. I think he can be a great player in the future. But he is not ready to be relied on to be Manchester United's starting striker week in, week out. The lineup selection today from Michael Carrick was superb. He benched the correct players. He started the correct players. Starting Kobe Mainoo with Casemiro, with Bruno in front of him. Benching Cunha, benching Mount because they deserve to be benched. And finally, somebody wakes up and realizes that Brian Mbeumo, he played so many games, enough games up top with Johan Wissa for Brentford last season where he scored 20 Premier League goals. Brian Mbeumo needs to be our starting striker and you put Amad Diallo on the right wing. It isn't rocket science. And we saw the fruits of that today. The in-game substitutions, Mbeumo off, Cunha on. And that was one of Amorim's biggest issues. He only trusted certain people instead of trusting the squad. He trusted Cunha way too much, saying he can't be benched. He had to be benched. And thank you, Carrick, for amazing in-game management. No wild substitutions. All the substitutions made sense. All the substitutions at the right time. Not taking players off just because it's routine to do so. Kobe's not coming off at 60 minutes. Casemiro's not coming off at 60 minutes. A defender's not being changed at 60 minutes. You know what I'm trying to say? So great in-game management from Carrick. And now I get to Ruben Amorim. His stubbornness. His stubbornness was the reason he nailed his own coffin. Because of his lack of ability to trust the whole squad, his lack of ability to play players in their actual positions due to the frigidness of his system. Trust them and you might have still been here. That's a fact. And listen, I need to give a special shout out to the boy that was in Cunha's place whilst Cunha sat on the bench, Patrick Dorgu. And I've always said I like Patrick Dorgu. I always said I have. because he's a positive player. He's so aggressive. You can see he's really trying to make an impact defensively as well as offensively. And yes, his final ball is normally his issue, but today he was on the end of things today and getting in front. And it was poor from Rico Lewis, but to get the heart and desire, and this is what I love from Dorgu, to get in front of Rico Lewis there to finish that ball off. And shout out to Cunha, by the way. Great impact when you came on, and that's what I want to see more from you. I want to see more of that from you, Cunha. Really, I really, really do. I really, really do. Smart passing, not being too rash, not being all over the place. You know what I'm trying to say? But shout out to Patrick Dorgu. Honestly, a blockbuster performance from you today. And I will even stretch to say, I think today was even better than the game against Newcastle, Dorgu. Very well done. And listen, I'm going to close this episode off with letting you know that Manchester City, yes, you have been one of the best teams, if not the best team in the last decade in the Premier League. Yes, in recent years, Manchester City has been blue. I ain't gonna lie about it. I ain't gonna lie about it. But one thing for certain and one thing for sure, Manchester City will always be little bros to Manchester United. We are your daddies. Manchester United are the daddies of Manchester City. That will never change. That will never change. Oli used to beat you up all the time. Ten Hag beat you up. Amarin beat you up. Now Carrick's beating you up. We beat you up all the time. That's a fact. That's a fact. We are your daddies. And I need to give a special shout out to a brother called Johnny on TikTok. Because when I did my all-time combined 11 of Manchester United and Manchester City, this Johnny guy came to respond to me, making his own TikToks, replying to my comments, replying to my combined 11, telling me that he cannot wait for Manchester City to destroy us today. Oh, Johnny, don't worry, my brother. I will be making a specific TikTok just for you. Don't worry about that, Johnny boy. Listen, man, Carrick Ball has commenced, and I really do hope we can keep this up. Take this on to the Arsenal game, take 3 points off them as well, and hopefully, and this is where the real test will be, because against big teams, I know we can always be up for it. But when we play a smaller team after that, I want to see whether we can continue this and keep this same level of quality going, man. It is a great way to start the weekend, great way to start my Saturday. And listen, Arsenal fans, you're welcome. Listen, man, I'm out. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Put it in the comments what you think about this win and what it's looking like for Manchester United going forward in the Premier League, as that is all we have this season. Like, comment, share, subscribe, people. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.